Most High's word at the end of the day. Okay, I think we good now. But yeah, the Most High is him, and that's why he's going to get all the glory in the end. So continue to follow him, and pray that the rest of your week continues to you find that consistency. So all praises. Well, I think we are officially live. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the beginning of what we're getting ready to do. And the first thing I want to do is start off by reading Psalms, like we do, been doing for the past couple of barbershop talks. So I'm gonna ask everyone who is able to select a scripture. It could be one verse or a few verses out of Psalms, and use that to really usher in the Holy Spirit tonight. And I can get us started. And I'm going to start with Psalms 23. And it reads, a Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. All praises to the Most High. Anyone want to, who has the song ready, can go next. Give you a second.
I got Psalms 25.
Okay.
Unto thee, O Most High, do I lift my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not my enemies trumpet over me. Yeah, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Show me thy ways, O Most High. Teach me thy path. Lead me in thy truth and trust in me. For thou art the God of my salvation, and thee do I wait all the day.
All praises. That is one of my, shout out to Hezekiah. He did a song based on this chapter, and that's one of my favorites, Psalms 25. Thank you for bringing that out, Ate. Trayvon, you ready? You got one?
Yeah, I got you. Let's go to Psalm 63. And we're going to read all of it, 11 short verses. But the title of this passage is My Soul Thirsts for You. So Psalm 63, starting at verse 1. A psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. O Ahiah, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land, where no water is, to see thy power and thy glory, so as I have seen thee in the sanctuary. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. Thus will I bless thee while I live. I will lift up my hands in thy name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise thee with joyful lips. When I remember thee upon my bed, and meditate on thee in the night watches, because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. My soul followeth hard after thee, thy right hand upholdeth me. But those that seek my soul to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for foxes. But the king shall rejoice in Ahiah. Every one that sweareth by him shall glory. But the mouth of them that speaketh lies shall be stopped.
on. May the Most High add a special blessing to the reading of His word. I haven't seen 63 that much, but I have to go back through it. There's some stuff in here. All praises. Jason, if you have a song, feel free to share. If not, I will continue.
Because I don't got one right now.
Okay. Appreciate it. So again, this is the Barbershop, and usually it'll be Pastor Kenny on here. But for tonight, I'll be leading and hosting, and may the Most High I want to thank the Most High for already healing him in advance, and if we would just want to pray that everything continues to be well with his foot specifically. But again, for tonight, I'll be holding it down for y'all. So thank y'all for coming on. So we just got through reading Psalms, and I really wanted to focus on King David. You know, he's the author of all of these songs, and we could really tell that David had a heart for the Most High, unlike any other. You know, just the passion and the way he talks about the Most High, right? He was a man of war. We all know the story. You know, he was the one who didn't fear, stepped up and defeated Goliath, the Philistine, the one that no one would dare approach, because he believed in the Most High. And not only did he win that battle, but he won several for the kingdom. And he was really revered, so much so that others grew jealous. But again, that David, he was a strong man. He was a strategic king. And in my opinion, one of his greatest weapons was his voice. When you see the songs that he written, and I can only imagine that he sung them to the Most High as well, like, that must have been such a beautiful thing for the Most High to hear, right? Because what he's doing, he's giving the power back unto the Most High. Why do I say that? Okay, before David goes out to battle, he sometimes will petition the Most High, he will pray, and, you know, come to him with the words that the Most High already had gave him. Just reminding him of what he said will be done. And then he would go out and get the victory, you know, overtake the enemies, get the spoils, and everybody wins. And during prayer, he's able to draw the power being the Most High's word, right? The Most High is not a liar. Everything he says is truth. So the power innately started with him. And when the Most High gave us his word, when we recite the word, now we have power. Now we have life in our tongue, right? And he's singing to the Most High. And he's not just singing any song, like, oh, I love my kingdom. No, he's singing. When you read these songs, he's basically singing the word back to the Most High, right? So in a sense, he's kind of giving power back to the Most High, to the source, right? And I know it sounds funny, like, how could we give power to Al who created everything, the one who has more power than anybody, the one who gave power to everybody? How can we give power back? Well, the power isn't David's alone, but it's just the David giving back to the Most High what he received from him. And so that's what I think makes his voice such a powerful weapon. Because it isn't his carnal power, it's the Most High's. And that's heavy. I want to bring out Proverbs 18, verse 21, just to build and establish that foundation for your voice. and what comes along with your voice. Give everybody a chance to get there. It's Proverbs 18, verse 21.
You need somebody to read for you? You're good.
If you'd like to, yeah.
Got you. All right, let me know when you're there.
I'm there.
All right, Colin. Proverbs 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
So here we got death and life are in the power of the tongue. You know, the tongue is saying it has power, right? And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof, right? Pay attention. Now let's go to Genesis. Genesis chapter 1. We're going to go back to the beginning. And we're going to read verses 26 through 28. Genesis 1, verses 26 through 28. So we now know that the mouth, through the word, it says that the mouth has power, the tongue has power, right? Now let's get some more on that. Genesis 1 and 26.
Genesis 1 and 26. And the highest said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So Ahiah created man in his own image. In the image of Ahiah created he him. Male and female created he them.
So the Most High, he created us in his image, meaning that we're going to take on some of the things that he has. We're going to be similar to him. We're going to be like him. We're not him, but we're going to have some similar traits because we're made in his image. Verse 28.
And Ahiah blessed them, and Ahiah said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
So what did he say here? He said, be fruitful. As we just read in Proverbs, you know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And hold on, let me get it so I don't butcher it. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So, and this, it says that we're going to have fruit. And in the beginning, the Most High told us to be fruitful. So it's a connection. The words that we speak are going to be fruit, but what kind of fruit? You know, hopefully it's the fruit that the Most High likes, you know, the fruit that is going to be edifying for us, the fruit that is life, right? Let's go to Genesis 1. We're just going to scroll back up to verse 3. Whenever you're ready.
Genesis 1 and 3. And Ahiah said, let there be light, and there was light.
So the first thing is Ahiah said, the voice, and it caused everything to happen. He said, let there be light, and there was light. It was power, immense power in his voice. And that power he's given to us. Life and death are in the power of our tongues. That's a similarity. That's something that he gave us, right? And if you go and look through the rest of the rest of the chapter, and God said, and God called, and God said, and God called, and God said. He's saying all these things. His voice is the weapon. His voice is the power. His voice is the instrument. He said everything. You know, it's his voice that is the power, because he is the Almighty. He doesn't have to do the things that he wants to be done. He just has to say it, and it's done. That's the power. This isn't magic. This isn't abracadabra, but this is the power of the Most High. It's his. It's his. And he gave that to us. He gave that to us. Let's go to And if at any time anyone has anything to say, feel free to, chime in. I want this to be a conversation. But yeah, we have this power, with our voice. And what do we do with it? We see what David done with it. He chose to sing unto the Most High with his voice. He sung pleasant and beautiful things, but he also sung what the Most High said. He took his power, his absolute power, and gave it back and honored it back to him through his voice. Right? He created with his voice.
Yeah.
Like he created a song. Go ahead, say.
Bro, I'm just appreciating how you put everything together so far. Like even when you said life and death is in the powers in the tongue, and then you took it to God telling us to have dominion over everything, like the creatures, the things in the sky, the things in the sea. And the only way we can have dominion if we speak, we use our tongue. So that's
Right.
giving us the power to command. And then, like you said, we made in his image after him. So if God's speaking, using his voice to speak and use his power, he gave us the same thing because he made us after him. So I'm just liking all your connections and metaphors so far.
All praises, thank you. The water, all praises to the Most High. Yeah, like he literally he gave us like a ultimate weapon that a lot of people overlook. And the Most High made this whole world with his voice. Like that's deep. And then to be able to do what David did, use his voice and create beautiful songs, honoring the one who made the whole world, saying the same things he did. That's nothing but, respect and reverence and love ultimately for the Most High. Because we see examples of, that power being used for wrong. And I don't want to focus too much on that. But we do have to acknowledge that that's what's happening. Trayvon.
I just love that the topic of tonight is really just the power in voice. Let's go to Psalms 138 and 2 just right quick.
Yes, sir.
There's something about words that we need to take account of. Because we know that the word tells us that we're going to give an account for every idle word that we speak. So the Most High is holding us to our words because he is likewise bound by his word, by his promises. So Psalms 138 in verse 2 says, I would, and this is David talking, the same person that we're talking about. It says, I will worship towards thy holy temple and praise thy name for thy loving kindness, for thy truth, for thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name. So this is essentially the Most High saying that even the Most High esteems his word above his very own name. So the Most High holds his word, that same thing that will not return unto him void. He holds it to such a high standard. That's why we got to be mindful of the things we say. But likewise, that's why it's also important for us to speak up when we need help, to cry out to the Father. He said that your voice, that there's nobody's voice that sounds like your voice unto him. Your cry is sweet unto him. Your voice is sweet unto him. That's why he made you special and made you set apart. So again, just this whole voice thing is so much power in being able to speak. There's a saying in the world where they say, don't suffer in silence. Speak up. We got to use the instrument that the Most High gave us and learn how to use it for righteousness.
All praises. And that's a perfect precept to pair along with that. So thank you for bringing that out, because he has magnified his word above all, right? That word is his power. Now, I'm going to move to Exodus chapter 20. We're going to pull some more from this. Exodus chapter 20. And just another reminder that this is the Most High superpower, right? verse 1, and the Most High spake all these words. He's speaking. That's the action. He's speaking. He spoke it. He said it. You know, like that's heavy. Like honestly, like all you got to do is just say the word. It's amazing. And if we scroll down to verse 19, it reads, and they said unto Moses, this is the children of Israel, speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not Ahiah speak with us, lest we die. And so his voice was so powerful, you know, people were like, I can't hear that because I don't know what's going to happen to me, you know. I don't want to perish. His voice, you can tell is power in his voice. And they're like, nah, Moses, you talk to him and you relay the message and we'll hearken, we'll listen. Because that's just so how powerful he is. And that he gave that powerful gift to us is amazing. Right? His words are power. And we found out in Genesis that we are made in his image, like Tay just connected. And when we use the power that he gave us, things happen. Things happen, right? It isn't just a no, I don't want to say consequence, but no action that happens when you just say something. No, things happen when you use the power that he gives you. Go ahead, Trey.
Now, I don't want to jump too far ahead.
Go ahead, what you got?
But I don't know if this is in your notes. So is Matthew chapter 4 in your notes?
No.
Okay, well let's go there.
All right. Matthew chapter 4.
Because as you're talking about the power of words, we're going to get this quick testimony of it's so powerful that Satan even tried to use it against the living word. That's how valid his word is. That's how sure we can be in his word. That's how much of a guarantee his word is that the adversary will try to use it, knowing that the adversary is in opposition against the word and way of the Most High. So since he's an adversary, why would he stand on the principles of the Most High also? That lets us know that it's something about his word that is worthy to be esteemed. That is the everlasting truth.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
So look, Matthew 4:1, and this section is titled The Temptation of Yeshua. So Matthew 4:1, then was Yeshua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungry. So he was in a vulnerable state right now. You know how it is when you get hungry. Oh, I gotta eat. I can't think straight, man. And then as soon as you get full, I'm about to go lay down. Forget about doing anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Ahiah, command that these stones be made bread. So again, the tempter is commanding him to speak. I need you to put some words out there. Verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. So your own ways ain't gonna cut it. And me wanting to say my own things in any situation is not gonna cut it. But I have to say the things that proceed out of the mouth of the Most High. There's even a verse that says that we should speak as the oracles of the Most High. So we should be speaking his word in season and out of season. Because Christ even said, it is written that we're not going to live by bread alone, but everything that my Father says, that's what we're going to say. That's what we're going to do. Verse 5. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple and saith unto him, if thou be the son of Ahiah, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. So the enemy, the adversary, He's even trying to use the written word, the true word, against the Son of God. That's how strong the word is. That's how much of a guarantee it is. He's just like, you know what? This word says, since you're the living word, if you cast yourself down right now, we know that God is going to do what he promised that he would do.
He's a slick man, slick dude right there.
The tempter is using the word to tempt. This is why we got to be sober, so we can see him, so we can spot his attacks, because he's always on the prowl. He's roaming. In verse 7, but look what Christ said to Satan. Look what he said to the devil. Yeshua saith unto him, it is written again. So he ain't be like, nah, he ain't say, nah, I ain't gonna do that. He said, hold up, it is written again. Let's get these living words again. It is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Most High, thy power, thy God. Again, the devil taketh him up into a exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then saith Yeshua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, it is word, it is bond. Thou shalt worship the Most High, thy God, or thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. So this even lets you know that when we're speaking the word of the Most High as it is written, when we continue to speak that word to a situation by law, by definition, by the power of the word, the situation has to change.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the word says that if you have faith the size of a mustard seed and you were to speak to this mountain and tell this mountain to be far removed or cast off, it is so. So to Jason's point earlier, when he was, just feeling a little bit discouraged, saying, you know what, I kind of fell off the way. I haven't been keeping up with this, that, and the third. You got to know that that's a part of the process. But you can't let the process take you out. You can't let the discouragement take you out. You got to continue to speak the word to it. The only way to see your victory and to reach the end is to know that there is a surety, that there is hope and faith in the word, that it is sure. And that the more you speak it, the more it's going to produce.
Oh.
That's what the word is for. And that's why the brethren, all of us, are so important. That's why the Most High has given us fellowship. Fellowship and speaking is a gift of him, because we're using that gift to edify each other. Iron sharpens iron. So this word is so sure that you've seen proof that the enemy is even willing to use the word to throw you off. So you got to know how to identify your enemy and identify when there is another speaking spirit that's not speaking the right word, the word rightly divided. That's why the word says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit to see whether they are of God or not. So this word is sure. And the more that you speak this word over your situation, whether you fall or not, just get up. Don't be discouraged. Don't let any crack take you down, but speak the word, continue to speak it. I've even had to do that this week. I've prayed many times, many nights, and then still went and did the same thing. And then finally, the Most High is just like, you know what? You've prayed this so much that it's gonna work. I had a situation this week where I prayed something the night before and then did the complete opposite of what I prayed. And then as I was doing the complete opposite, it just hit me. Is what I'm doing really worth eternity? Like this ain't about nothing. Like the Most High been told me put this down, and I ain't put it down. I'll put it down, pick it back up, put it down, pray like, dang, Abba, yeah, you got to help me. But I will continue to pray that even if I picked it back up, I'll put it back down, pick it back up. And then this week, this last time I'm picking it back up, I was just like, it's no point. This is not going to edify my spirit. Will I let this situation, will I let this game, will I let this thing, this object, will I let this become an idol and be over the Most High? Will I let this be the reason why I fall off of the Most High? Will I let this be the reason why I don't hear well done, my good and faithful servant? But still, that I didn't get to that point by just falling away from the word. still stayed connected, still stayed close to the Most High, still had to continue to pray, even though I was making mistakes upon the way. All of us are going to make mistakes until the end, but those who get to the end, that's the testimony in itself. And then as you look up and you're getting these victories, you'll see the surety of his word. You'll see and you'll have those testimonies to be like, you know what? The Father wasn't lying. His word was true. How is it that I was able to give up smoking? How is it that the Most High has elevated me in my job? How is it that the Most High has elevated me in my life? See, I was at a point where I was so down bad. I was hooked on nicotine sticks, far much worse than weed. The Most High woke me up one day. I had just rolled a blunt. I just bought an eighth. And the next day, I tried to spark it and instantly wanted to throw up. Flushed it all. Didn't go back to it. But I did pick up the nicotine sticks. I did pick up the vapes and was on that for a long time. So much so that I didn't have no money, but I would put it on my credit card just to keep fueling my fix. But the Most High still took that away too. But that was a struggle. So that just lets you know that his word is sure. And anything that he says in it, it will come to pass.
All praises. Thank you for that encouragement, because somebody who's going to be watching later is definitely going to receive and commit to that. And, you know, like hearing what you brought up, it just reminds you that Hassan, or the fallen angels, the devil, really wants to be the Most High so bad, because we know the power is in the Most High's word. It's not in Hassan's word. And people can go out here and do whatever they want, right? And Hassan might reward them, you know, give them their pleasure, let them have a moment of lust, and Hassan ain't benefiting not one bit, because his word didn't give any power. He's still got the same destination by the time his reign ends. And the only reason he has reign is because the Most High allowed it to be so. Like, it all circles back to the Most High. And it's just crazy, because people will use their God-given gift and put themselves in chains, because you're not giving the devil any power. Even if you're willingly trying to serve the devil, you're not giving him any other power that he didn't already have. Right? And in the end, the only thing that you're bringing for yourself, you may get the pleasure, you may get the lust of your flesh, but also you bring your stern of the Most High's wrath. And when that hits you, you're gonna be in the same boat that Hassan is in, right? And neither of your words will be able to get you out of that, right? So it's a lot of power in the Most High's word. No, don't get it twisted. We have the power in our tongue, life and death, but really the only power that we want to benefit from is from his words that give life. You know, you don't want to bring death on yourself. I want to hit Ezekiel 34:31. This is something that Pastor Kenny always brings up and reminds us. And I love it so much. You might as well put it on the shirt, and I rock it. So I'm just throwing that out there.
And after we go there, to your point about Satan, after we go to Ezekiel, let's then jump to Job chapter 1. So we gonna see that, like you said, Satan is powerless. The Most High is allowing everything, but it's still putting stipulations forth. So we gonna see how powerless Satan actually is. But let's get that Ezekiel first though, because to your point, that is important. You know, put this on a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it reads, "And ye, my flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your Elohim, saith the Most High." And this is so important because, you know, as the man, you know, when it comes to the order of your family, you know, we supposed to be the heads. You know, we're the first line of defense outside of Christ and the Most High, obviously. But here's something important when it comes to men and this power of your tongue. I don't know if you notice. Well, obviously we all notice. We all brothers in here, but something that we overlook. What's one of the first signs of puberty or maturity in a young man? right? What's one of the first telltale signs, right? His voice starts to change. It might get a little deeper. It might not be as high pitched as it was. You're transitioning into a young man. And across the board, that voice is the one thing that changes. You can't avoid it. Why? Why is that? Is it maybe because that is your weapon? That is your ability that the Most High is giving you to command using his word, to have authority, to have dominion? You know, the flock of his pasture are men. This is a reason why this happens to all men, because we are going to speak his word and live by his word and get results from the word, starting with us. And when it happens with us, now we can do it with our household. Once we do it with our household, now we can do it with our communities. The flock of my pasture are men. It takes men speaking the words of the Most High to make change, to make things happen. And I thought it was just, I was just thinking about that, like, dang, like, why do our voice change? You know, you got that Adam's apple, you know, you start sounding a little bit older, you start sounding a little bit wiser, even though we still might be foolish. It's because the Most High wants us to step up into that role and make full use of the gift that he gave us, which is the power of your voice, of our voice, right? And before I move on, I'm gonna let Trayvon bring out Job, unless anyone else had something else they wanted to add to that point about the voice before we get there. If not, I'll pass it over to you.
Buddy. All right, cool. So let us go to Job chapter 1, and we're just gonna read verses 6 through 12. But it's important for us to understand our enemy. It's important for us to understand the power structure in heaven. Because we always just hear, you know, oh, Satan this, Satan that, and we're giving Satan a lot more credit than he actually deserves. He's just fulfilling a job.
Mm-hmm.
But again, to the power of words, let's get the words that go on in heaven. Let's get the dialogue that goes on in heaven. Because again, Satan, he was willing to speak the word. So that lets you know that there is nothing stronger than the words of the Most High. So let's just take a look into heaven and let's just identify our enemy. For a quick second, let's identify Lucifer. So Job chapter 1, verses 6 through 12. And it says, now there was a day when the sons of Ahiah came to present themselves before the Most High, and Satan came also among them. So when it says right here, the sons of God, this is talking about the angels, the celestials. Verse 7, and the Most High said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Most High and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Most High said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Ahiah and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Most High and said, doth Job fear Ahiah for naught? Hast not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Most High said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Most High. So again, just this exchange of power and dialogue. Satan's whole mission, his whole point is to prove that the Most High's word isn't true. And this conversation happens daily. Satan is going to accuse us in front of the angels to the Most High, and the Most High is defending our cause. So when it comes to just the things that we go through, just know that the Most High has given you his power. He's given you his authority. Like Chris mentioned in Genesis 1 and 26. He made us in his image and after his likeness and told us to subdue and have dominion. So I just wanted us to see that, that even Satan has to get permission to come and try you. But it's only to try you. He can't harm you. He can't take you out. Satan truly has no power. All he wants to do is prove the Most High's word wrong concerning you. So that should empower you.
And it will. And it's going to continue as it has been. Right. Because ever since the Most High gave his word, it was for a purpose. Right. We were meant to use our tongue to receive the power that he's given us. Like, for instance, if we came to the Most High and we prayed, we asked him for something that we didn't know, or that we needed the knowledge on to figure out how we can do such X, Y, and Z, right? Most High is going to answer us. One, he's going to answer us through his word that he already he's given us. So really, we're drawing power from the Most High every day. And it's nothing new. We're drawing the power that he's already given us. So when people say you already won, this is what they're talking about. The power is here. The power came through his prophets. When they spoke the words that were given from the Most High, the power came from all these people in the book. The word is there, and we get so many answers every time we spend time. That's why it says to meditate on this word day and night, because the power is in there. Your answer is in there, more likely than not. Or the Most High could come through a person. All praises to Pastor Kenny. One of the things that brought me to this ministry, I heard answers through Pastor Kenny. And Pastor Kenny was speaking the word. It wasn't Pastor Kenny saying, this is how you get down, DC style. No, he spoke the words of the Most High. And that answer to my question, to my prayer, brought results once I worked it. And you got to be in the spirit to do that. But the word was always there. And what's crazy is, like, it's our reasonable service to give, right? We received everything already. So what made David so honorable is he gave it back to the Most High, sang his word back to the Most High. Even though the Most High didn't need the power, he gave it back to him. Why? Because he was appreciative. He was thankful. He wanted to do for the Most High. And likewise, when we speak over others, his word, we're giving his power to them. We're giving it to them. Everybody's not in their word. But when you speak it and they hear it, now things happen. All praises. It's important to know this. Like, the Most High has given us his power by way of his word, right? And we're going to get the perfect example of that with his son, Christ. So we're going to go to John, the book of John, chapter 12. And if you're still there, PK, be on the lookout. There's someone that might be joining, might be trying to get in. Appreciate that, Jason. Yeah, let's go to John chapter 12 and see what Christ did. The greatest man to ever live on earth.
You got the spirit flowing, man. The spirit is flowing.
All praises. I'm gonna get chapter 12, verse 49. And let me know when y'all there.
I'm there.
Con. And it reads, "For I have not spoken of myself, but the Father which sent me, He gave me a commandment what I should say and what I should speak. See, Yeshaya knew the power of his tongue. He knew that he could give life, but not based off what he had to say. He spoke the words of the Most High because he knew what was going to result, what was going to be the end result. He knew the power that was in it. And knowing that he was made in his image, it only makes sense that it's going to work if he does the same thing, right? So it's his whole life. He lived like this. And you've seen the wonders he did. Let's check out some of those wonders. Let's go to John 9. Let's go to John 9. A couple chapters back. And we're gonna start at 1. Let me give everyone a chance to get there. John, chapter 1, verse 9. And again, if anyone wants to share anything that's coming to your head, feel free. This is your power to speak the words of the Most High. So again, don't hesitate. We're gonna start at John chapter 9, verse 1. And as Yeshaya passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Yeshaya answered, Neither hath this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High shall be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground and made clay the spittle. And he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay and said unto him, Go wash in the pool of Seyoum, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way therefore and washed and came seeing. The neighbors therefore, and they which had seen him that he was blind, said, Is not this he that sat and begged? Verse 9, some said, This is he. Others said, He is like him. But he said, I am he. Now, when people read this, it pretty much, in a sense, looks like Yeshaya just healed the man's blindness. He couldn't see, now he can see carnally. Now, I'm not saying that wasn't the case, but we can also take a look at this another way. We can also look at it as something that we can do even to this very day. Like, heal blind? What you mean? Watch what I'm getting ready to say. So, the Most High, Yeshaya, when he spoke to this man, what was the first thing he told him? He said, Go wash in the pool of Seyoum. Therefore, he went his way therefore and washed and came seeing. When we joined this, when we got in this truth and we found out who the Most High was, what did we have to first do? Trey, this is something that we did on the same day. What we do? We went down and we got in that water. Shout out to Pastor Kenny, and got baptized in water baptism, right? And because of that, and also us changing our hearts and actually believing the Most High for real, having faith, the veil was rent from our eyes. Now we can see the things that we can't see. What are the things you can't see now? Because I got good vision. So what you mean? What are the things I can't see? The things of the spirit. When you hear, and I'm gonna give an example of this, because Yeshua did this all day long. you can see the things of the spirit. Obviously, no, you can't see the Most High. You can't see angels mostly. I don't know who I've seen because you say you entertain angels unaware. I can't really see those things, but based on hearing the words of the Most High, it's like you see differently now. It's crazy. Like when you jump into this truth and you start to understand, now you see things differently. Now you can actually see what's in front of you. Now you see how lost we are. Because at first you look and you like, well, everything looks like how it should be, according to how this world is being run. And then when you understand, you hear the words of the Most High, you understand how things were supposed to be. Now it's like you got X-ray vision. You can just see through everything. Now you can discern evil spirits from righteous spirits. Now you can see the things behind everything, right? And this is how we can do this for others. This is how we can heal the blind. Let's go to Matthew chapter 13. Yeshua did this in his sleep. Christ did this in his sleep. Matthew 13, verse 34. I'll give you a second to get there. And Trey, if you want to read, you can.
You good?
I'm there.
What are we reading to?
Through 36.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 34. All these things spake Yeshua unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world.
These are the secret things he spoke to the people, the multitude, in parables. And who's still studying the parables today? We are. And when we study these parables and we have the Holy Spirit intertwined with it, guess what we see? The hidden things, right? Like we see things that we haven't seen before because we were so carnal. We didn't have no mind for the Most High at all. And now that we hear not only his words, his principles, but because of that, we can actually see and understand the world we're in. And even though it was just parables, it was enough, right? And he fulfilled what the prophet has spoken, what the prophets have said. Like, this is word from the Most High being done. Like, literally, the word the Most High said, he did, and now there's a result. Now we're all seeing. Now we are all not blind anymore. Like, that's amazing. You can go out here today, tomorrow, whenever, speak the word of the Most High and heal the blind spiritually. Heal the spiritually blind. Like, that's amazing. That's a miracle. That's a whole miracle. Like, and Yeshua gave that to us, and it still holds weight to this day. You can read any of his parables. And when you just have an ear and you're just hungry to read the words of the Most High, things will start to click. Because his word is power. Like I said earlier, all the answers are in, he's giving it. So it's not nothing you're waiting for. It's just something that, we might not understand yet. But it's there. Like, that's why the kingdom is within. Because, like, the answers is all here. We made in his image. We got all the formulas. Like, now we just got to put it together. Literally. That's it. You don't got to wait. The kingdom ain't coming by observation. You don't have to wait for nobody. Yeah, you can ask the Most High for help. But where's that going to lead you? Right back in his word. Right back to something that he already said. You know how parents be. When you come and you ask them, how do I do this? I already told you. What you mean? You ain't hear what I said the first time? Like, that's how the Most High gonna look at. Like, look, just check this out. Or he might send somebody else to remind you, look, this is how you handle it, my son. And you can do that. All of you can do that for others. You can heal the blind. It's not far-fetched. You can literally heal the blind. Because once you understand, you don't see things the same anymore. And if you can't, it's because you're refusing to. But that's all Most High right there. Like, all praises, like, just for him giving us this ability, but also giving us an example of how to use it righteously. Because again, it's easy for us to waste it. Because Hasatan is out here deceiving people left and right. And they may be getting certain results, but it's not the result you're gonna want in the end. So yeah, like David, man, King David, it just all circles back to him. Like, he understood the power of the word of the Most High, and he offered it back unto him. And we can do the same. We can offer it back to him. You don't have to be no singer, but wake his people up, heal the blind, do the things that he wants us to do. He wants the children to come back to him. So in any way, let's take this responsibility serious and understand the full scope of what we got innately as men of the Most High. And it's okay if we don't have it all right now. We have the things we need to get there. And every day is another opportunity to get closer and closer. So I really pray this encourages y'all. And I just, if anybody got anything, like, I want to hear from y'all, encourage, try to, I'm going to give everyone, opportunity to say, their piece, and encourage some brothers on here. But that's pretty much all I got. For real. Yeah. Because Christ, he's the only example we need. And he gave sight to the blind even to this day, this hour, and that's something that we can do now. All praises. So I'll open up the floor. Whoever wants to, say anything to people who may be viewing.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back to what you just said about when you said when you were just getting excited talking about his word. It just comes back to him and everything. That joint reminded me of Thanos, where he said, "And where did that bring you? Back to me." You remember that scene? He was just like,
"You gotta put me on. I gotta watch the movies."
Oh, you missed that one then. Never mind.
I'm missing it. I wish I could laugh, but you put me on though. I gotta check it out.
I should throw a flag on the plate for that one, man. I know Tay know it. I know Tay know that joint.
Yeah, I know it.
Hey, I got it, man. Y'all, hey, speak. This the power. Yeah, Tay, what you got?
I ain't got too much. Definitely a great teaching tonight, bro. Just for encouragement, is just we just gotta stand his word. And his word is gonna lead us to speak, to use our tongue for good, to put that power out there, to use that power for what he called us to use it for. And then, like you said, just looking at Psalms and David, just the power that he used, like, he beat a giant. A little man beat a giant. Just look at that and look at all the testimonies that came from that, from him just using what the Most High gave him.
All praises, yeah. Like, no cap. Like, I want this, to encourage somebody, because, man, they didn't encourage me. All praises. Thank you, Tay. I see Jason couldn't stay on, but I'm appreciative of him for being on, and I'll pass it on to you, Trayvon. If you got any words you want to share with the Akim out there.
Yeah. Well, one for just the in-house Akim. Uh, we really getting to that point of leveling up in the Most High, and it's just fun to see and witness, each and every one of you, just grow in your pathway to progress and where the Most High is bringing you. It's not. It's proof that the Most High is real. It's proof that His word works, and just seeing it in each other's lives, it just edifies you and fuels you and makes you want to go even harder. So that's the first thing to say. And then to those, who who will be viewing by way of YouTube Live, you just got to understand that it, as much as we say it, and as cliche as it may sound, it really is a pathway to progress. Like, no one is gonna have it all together. You have to expect mistakes. You have to expect continually being changed to a lower state. But what's the remedy? Patience. The Most High said, "Be patient when thou art changed to a lower state." For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So adverse things are gonna happen. Temptations are gonna come. The trials of life are gonna come at you. But you know why they're gonna come? It's because that you're trying to follow after the Most High, that you're trying your hardest, your best to live a life that's pleasing to Him. And until the day that you quit, the enemy is not going to stop attacking you, because he wants you to forfeit his right. Well, he wants you to forfeit your right, just like he did when iniquity was found in him. So if you're having trouble, if you're running into temptations, if you're running into situations that aren't favorable, all these things, just know that you're in the will of the Most High. And the Most High just wants you to see those situations so that you can overcome them, and so that you can be perfect or made mature in those current situations. So then when you finally get the victory, you can give it to the Most High and then be ready and prepared to face the next set of challenges. None of us are going to have it easy. We all face these things on a daily basis, but we know that our end reward is being with the Father for eternity. So much so that our forefathers were willing to be burnt alive because they believed in this word so much. So just know that things is gonna happen, but you can't let it upset you. You can't let it move you. You can't be tossed to and fro. You got to be like Psalms 1. You got to be planted. You got to develop your relationship with the Most High. You got to meditate on His word day and night. It's meant to mature you. It's meant to perfect you. So when these things come, it's not just going to wash you away like the water, but you'll be planted and you'll be good. Yeah, you may get bruised and beat up a little bit, but you're not going to be torn down. You're not going to be knocked off your horse. You're going to stay on. You may have some battle scars, but all scars heal with time. So just be patient. Just continue to pray. Continue to seek the Most High, and don't stop seeking the Most High. Even when you get the victory in the area, still seek Him. Then you seek Him from a different vantage point, saying, "Okay, Abba, I got the victory in there, but don't let me go back to it. Don't let me be like the dog that returned to his vomit."
Bingo.
So yeah, I mean, this is the life we live. It's nothing else. This is that new wine. So just get used to it. Take the beatings, but you never take a L. You may get beat up, but this is a war. And when we try and make our enemy throw up the white flag, we try and get that surrender. So what they say, you may have lost the battle, but I ain't lose the war.
Mm-hmm. Calm, all praises. Hear those words that he just said and really meditate on that. He even just had me thinking about something that I'm still battling to overcome. I could be out on the work on the job, and I'm trying my best to do my job as unto the Most High. And one thing that really gets me in the flesh is when things I can't control, negatively affect, my progress. And ooh, it be taking me, it be getting me there. And it's not even this is how you know it's a spirit, because it's not even to the level of where you need to be that upset. But, you know, all praise to the Most High. He's giving me the keys to overcome it, to beat it. And eventually it's going to be at a point where I'm just laughing at the temptation now. I'm like, oh, you trying to get me blown. You trying to get me to tee off and go off, but it ain't happening. I know what the Most High said, and I'm doing what he said. So watch what's getting ready to happen. And yeah, that just encouraged me. So thank you.
That's like that one youth chat who was talking about, you just gotta laugh at it. Well, lying, whatever it was, but
I think it was you, chat.
But I mean, truly, I'm just getting to a point in this walk where it's just becoming so natural. Like it's like this is what we do. Like this is what he created us for, to serve him. And it's like I said, the trials of life and everything is gonna come, but this is literally what we were built for. We were created to do this. And we were created to do it with such excellence. The Most High is a comforter in his word, and he's constantly reminding us that, hey, just don't quit. I'm saying, just endure. Just seek me. Don't let it discourage you. Because in the end, we all just gotta stay focused on the end goal. Because we want to, when we see the Most High, we don't want to be like those on the other side of Abraham's bosom. We don't want to be wandering around in our regret and shame, knowing what our end will be. Knowing that when we see the Most High, it's going to be not the judgment of the righteous, but the judgment of the wicked. We want to be in Abraham's bosom. We want our expectation to be, when we see the Most High, we can rejoice because we're in the judgment of the righteous. So we're just there with expectation, like, man, when I see the Most High, whether I can whether I can have just a light post in a corner of heaven, but just make it in, that's fine. See, that's what I set my goals on. I would be fine with just having a little plot with a light post and just staying by it all day. I'd be good. But again, like as long as we just stay the course, no matter what, like we will see the Most High. And that's what motivates me daily. Despite everything, despite all the worries and the cares of life, when the Sabbath come, it's a refreshing. And then trying to keep that same momentum day in and day out until the next Sabbath.
All praises, and it's coming soon. So y'all hold it down. I won't be tuning in on a live stream, but we finna go up. That's for sure. All praises. Again, thank y'all for coming on here tonight, and for everyone who was on, and to those looking in the future. And I really pray that you take the opportunity to use his word and see results in your life. Sincerely. And just want to thank the Most High again for, looking after Pastor Kenny, healing his foot, making it new. And hopefully by the next shop, you'll see his face on here again. But it was cool to, hold it down while he was out. But again, all praises to the Most High, first and foremost. If there are any other words, I'm gonna say a few. And in everything you do, make the Most High, the Most High in your life, all day, every day.
Yes, sir.
To that I say perfect peace, shalom, shalom. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evenings, and yeah, shalom.
Shalom.